We got an interesting topic to get into today. This is very, very interesting, and this is not really a good sign and what we like to see. But I came across this PokeBeach article, as I always do. I love watching PokeBeach and looking at PokeBeach. Shout out to them. They came out with an article that said English Mega Evolution set to release on September 26th, which is what, like 4 or 5 months away, like 3 months away, a little bit. We still got a little while for this set to release. This set has about 3 months to release, so we still have a good while for this set to come out. But expected pre-release shortages. Okay, shortages. I kind of want to be careful what I say here, because we know what happened last time with this whole article and stuff like that went out, short printed and everything like that, blah blah blah. It is going to experience shortages. Okay, shortages, not short printed, shortages. I want to state that. Okay. But as I went deeper and deeper with the article, I could read through this article and everything like that. They put a great article about it, but I kind of want to get it from the source itself. Where did they get this from? A really reliable source, Safari Zone. Okay, they sent out, and I know how last time people were like, oh, PokeBeach is probably just trying to make up this stuff, this, that, and the other to shield it, or the company or whoever they got their information was just trying to pump up the market, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Well, this time Safari Zone actually put the email itself of where they got it from. The Pokemon Company International literally put up the email so you can kind of read it and see what they're saying. So you mean that, hear it from the horse's mouth instead of just hearing it being like, oh, hearing the he said, she said kind of thing like this. This is the kind of information that I like getting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to see the actual information that's from the source itself, so we can kind of see what they're saying, because you know when words can get twisted up, this, that, and the other. You mean like that? Not saying nothing about Safari Zone or anybody or PokeBeach or anything like that. I'm just saying down the pipeline, words start to get twisted up, this, that, and the other, and people starts doing it. You know how short printed shortages last time kind of all got messed up. Okay. Well, this is all about pre-release kits and everything like that. So we're gonna get more in depth with that a little bit, but we're gonna actually read the article or the email itself. Okay. Well, look, we're gonna go through it. Due to ongoing product availability challenges, the pre-release kit allocation for Safari Zone, which the store they were going to do it from, I guess they were requesting their pre-release kits because they're doing pre-release events, as everybody does. You know, I've made videos about pre-release events all the time. I love pre-release events. They are so fun to go to. Absolutely amazing. Would really suggest you to go to one, but it's going to be harder. I can tell you that. For the upcoming event may be lower than expected. So the allocation for the upcoming event will be lower than expected. That's not a good sign we want to hear. Will be lower than expected, and we are not able to accommodate requests for additional pre-release kits. So whatever you get is pretty much what you get. After that, you're not going to get no more of it, which is kind of crazy. We appreciate your understanding in this matter, and as we recognize that less product can be disappointing as for your community, please note that this communication refers specifically to the Q3 expansion pre-release. Specifically to the pre-release, okay? I want y'all to remember that right there. Specifically just to the pre-release. Remember that statement. Product availability challenges may impact future events. So you can kind of read this. You have to kind of read between the lines. I mean, I wouldn't have to say read between the lines, but people are going to take this into another thing, I feel like, and be like, oh, that means the whole entire set's not going to get enough printed out there, this, that, and the other. That means there are going to be shortages for everywhere. I don't really think that's the way they're kind of saying this. I personally, what I want to say, I think they're just saying pre-release kits. That's all they're saying right here. It has nothing to do with the set itself. I think the set itself will actually be printed a good amount, in my personal opinion. I generally think it will, because this will kind of be really to right to where kind of Prismatic kind of, they made all those messages and stuff like that, made all those announcements being like, hey, we're going to print future sets, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like that. So this is just, especially right here, especially with their last sentence they do. I want to specifically say this again. Please note that this communication refers specifically to Q3 expansion pre-release. So you see, they're kind of being like, oh no, this ain't gonna have to do with the main set itself. I think the main set itself is gonna be fine. That's at least the way I'm personally taking it myself. So this is a very interesting email to receive here. So what do I think the main problem is? There's a couple of factors that could be into this. I think it might be just supply issues really with the products themselves and the stuff they make these things with. I don't really know. I heard some people saying that they're putting up some factories in some places. They're starting to ramp up printing. I think by the end of the year they might get to this under control and everything will be kind of fine. A lot of people have been saying, and I want to go back to this statement right here. I want to go back to PokeBeach, because when I was reading this and going down to the actual comments themselves, somebody made a really good comment. At this point, I'm concerned the hype peak will have to fade before they will catch up. That's a scary statement right there, but it kind of makes sense in my opinion, because Pokemon is in such a hype period right now. And what do I think that's going to have to happen for Pokemon to really kind of calm down? And I think it's going to be starting with this mega set, the first mega set, because that's what it is. This is going to be like the base set of the megas. We know the Gardevoir and Mega Lucario. That's the kind of sets that's really going to start out the mega era. So I think typically what happens with starter sets and everything like that and beginning sets of the new era, people don't really typically like these. Megas might be a whole different story, but I think a lot more people are still going to be focused more on Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon's going to come out with something with Mega Brave and Mega Symphony to not like it. In my opinion, I don't really know 100% here. I'm just taking guesses and literally just shooting stuff at a dartboard. But that's what's typically happened. We'll have to see what really happens here. But it is megas, and people are already kind of fond of megas, so that might be right, might be maybe not true. We'll have to see what happens here. At the same time, this is kind of crazy though. It really sucks though for stores for pre-release, because like I said earlier, I love going to pre-releases. Pre-releases are a really fun event that I would really suggest anybody to go to if you can go to. It's being able to open packs around the community, this, that, and the other. It's a really nice, fun event to go to. You get to test out the new set, this, that, and the other. And one thing that I don't like about this too as well is the pre-release kits kind of help out the players. So now you're really starting to affect the players in this aspect with this too. Does it affect them massively? I don't think it affects them like massively, because they can still buy the singles whenever the set comes out, this, that, and the other. But it's starting to take away from the players and stuff like that. That's what really starting to suck here, like I said, because this is what pre-release events are mainly made for. Is for players to start getting used to the cards and everything like that, starting to use the cards for their decks. So once you start getting into the aspect of the actual card game themselves, it gets to a little scary, I think. Honestly, I think it does, and it gets to a point where like, hey, we got to figure something out here. So I don't think, as they say right here at the end of this too, product availability may not impact future events. So that means pretty much like, hey, we don't know about the next pre-release event. I think the next pre-release event, in my opinion, I think they'll be fine, because I think Pokemon really realizes is at this point they're starting to affect, when they start affecting players and everything like that. I think it starts to get to a point where Pokemon has to figure out something and make it better. In my personal opinion, it gets kind of crazy, honestly, how we're doing this. But it's crazy to see this, because the one thing I don't like about seeing this statement is because we've seen a lot of statements from Pokemon already, and we did see the one about prismatic evolutions, this, that, and the other. Everybody's seen that one, but there was another one they printed out being like, hey, future sets they're going to be printing to maximum capacity, this, that, and the other. And this was kind of where the first couple of sets where they actually were being like, hey, we're still printing to maximum capacity. And I think this is really where it's going to start showing up. Like I said, this is only on pre-release kits. This has nothing to do with the actual set themselves. This is just pre-release kits. You see what I'm saying? So we'll have to see what happens here. Let me know y'all's opinion on this. I don't really like the sound of this, because pre-releases are fun. I love pre-releases, and knowing that you're not able to get that much of them is going to be interesting. So we'll have to see how much of the shortages actually are out there, and seeing how as much as going to impact. I don't really know, in my opinion. We'll have to see what happens, but it's crazy to start seeing some news like this and just being like, yeah, because at that, once you start seeing news like this, people are going to be like, oh, that means that this might fit the main set itself, the booster boxes, everything like that, the other products, not the pre-release kits and everything like that. This might start affecting them. In my opinion, I don't think they will. I think it might be something with the pre-release kits that they're not able to fully, I guess, make them out to be. I don't really know, but pre-release kits are kind of easier to make because it's just 4 packs and like a little sealed deck already. So, and I guess a little pamphlet with it too, but I don't really know exactly 100% here. But let me know his opinions on this. Kind of want to talk about this because I've had a couple people kind of ask me about this. So let me know his opinions on this. It kind of sucks for pre-releases, but Pokemon's gonna get this together. I think eventually, I think they're gonna print this like crazy. I still think the main set will be printed like crazy, as we've seen in this last thing again. You know that this communication refers to Q3 expansion pre-release. Only the pre-release, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's only the pre-release, but we'll have to see what happens. Let me know your opinions. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Peace.